The World Cup final was supposed to be Spain's moment of glory. Instead, it has become Argentina's moment of shame. In an explosive turn of events that has sent shockwaves through the football world, FIFA has launched a full-scale disciplinary investigation into the ugly post-match brawl that marred the 2026 World Cup final. And millions of furious fans are demanding answers. What happened after the final whistle at MetLife Stadium was not just unsportsmanlike. It was a disgrace. Argentina's Leandro Paredes was seen grabbing Spain's Eric Garcia by the throat, throwing punches at opponents, and shoving Gavi to the ground. Argentina assistant coach Roberto Ayala struck Spain's Dani Olmo. Nahuel Molina appeared to swing at Spain captain Rodri. The scenes were chaotic, violent, and utterly unacceptable. Now, FIFA has appointed a disciplinary and ethics prosecutor to investigate potential breaches of the FIFA Disciplinary Code. The South Americans are already facing a separate investigation for a politically charged banner proclaiming Las Malvinas son Argentina's the Falklands are Argentine displayed after their semi-final win over England. The fury is real. The consequences could be severe, and the football world is watching. This is the story of Argentina's disgrace, FIFA's bombshell decision, and the millions of furious fans who demand justice. The final whistle had just blown. Spain were world champions. Argentina were broken. And then, instead of gracious defeat, chaos erupted. The flashpoint came when Spain's Mikel Oyarzabal and Rodri sprinted past Argentina defender Nahuel Molina as they began celebrating their World Cup triumph. Molina appeared to swing at Rodri, sparking a confrontation that quickly spiraled out of control. Rodri stopped and confronted Molina, and Spain defender Eric Garcia stepped in to calm the situation. But Argentina's Leandro Paredes had other ideas. Television footage captured the shocking sequence. Paredes rushed toward Garcia and jabbed him in the throat. He then pushed the Spain defender to the ground. Argentina coach Lionel Scaloni rushed in, trying to separate the players, but the violence continued. Paredes turned his attention to Spain's 21-year-old midfielder Gavi, spinning him to the ground and pushing into his face while holding him by the bib. The mass confrontation quickly spread. Argentina assistant coach Roberto Ayala was seen holding Garcia around the throat and appearing to strike Spain midfielder Dani Olmo. Nahuel Molina confronted Rodri, who was also involved in a heated exchange with his former Manchester City teammate Nicolas Otamendi. The ugly scenes required significant intervention from both coaching staffs. Former England captain Gary Neville was scathing in his criticism. "He's a disgrace," Neville said of Paredes. "I mean, he was lucky not to be sent off during the game. I love the competitiveness of the Argentinians, but he's just been a disgrace the last couple of games." BBC pundit Alan Shearer was equally damning. Paredes threw 2 or 3 haymakers into someone's face. He went for them. There is no place or space for that. We know how much it means to them, and we know how much it hurts to lose, but there's a way to lose. Too many times we have seen that from Argentina. The reaction after the final whistle is terrible. The ugly scenes left FIFA with no choice. The world governing body officially launched a disciplinary investigation into the post-match brawl. Following an assessment of the relevant match reports for the FIFA World Cup final between Spain and Argentina, and in line with Article 36 of the FIFA Disciplinary Code, the FIFA Disciplinary Committee has appointed a disciplinary and ethics prosecutor to investigate potential breaches of the FDC with regard to the post-match incidents, FIFA said in a statement. The investigation is serious. Players and coaching staff found to have breached FIFA regulations could face suspensions, while the Argentine Football Association, AFA, may also be subject to financial sanctions. Paredes was shown a red card after the final whistle for violent conduct. Enzo Fernandez had already been sent off during the match after picking up a second yellow card for a reckless challenge on Pau Cubarsí. Argentina finished the final with 9 men and their reputation in tatters. But FIFA's investigation does not end there. Argentina is already facing a separate disciplinary proceeding for a political banner displayed after their semi-final victory over England. Players celebrated with a cloth reading Las Malvinas son Argentinas, which translates to the Falklands are Argentine. The display prompted criticism from British officials, who called on FIFA to investigate whether the players had violated rules prohibiting political messages. The AFA was fined £20,000 for the same act following a 2014 friendly against Slovenia. But this time, the consequences could be much more severe. British politician Ed Davey has called for 6 Argentine players to be suspended from the final, comparing the case to UEFA's one-match bans on Rodri and Alvaro Morata for chanting about Gibraltar. Spain head coach Luis de la Fuente did not hold back in his condemnation of Argentina's behavior. In an emotional statement that has been shared millions of times, he called the actions intolerable and unacceptable. I find it intolerable and unacceptable from players of that caliber, whom I have been praising in the days before and who have a magnificent coach, de la Fuente said. At that moment, I was not aware of what had happened because I was celebrating with the players, but what took place after the end of the match cannot be accepted under any circumstances. The Spain coach also praised his players for keeping their composure in the face of provocation. I want to highlight our behavior in the face of that kind of aggression and provocation. Our players always kept their composure and behaved like true professionals. What we saw is intolerable and unacceptable. Players of this caliber, led by a great coach, must also have felt bad when they saw those actions. These are scenes unbefitting of football. De la Fuente's words have resonated with millions of fans. The contrast between Spain's dignified celebration and Argentina's disgraceful behavior could not be starker. Spain won the World Cup with their football. Argentina lost it with their fists. The post-match brawl was not the only reason Argentina is under fire. The team's political statements have also ignited a fury that has spread far beyond the football world. After Argentina's 2-1 semi-final victory over England, players Cristian Romero, Giovanni Lo Celso, and Lisandro Martinez held a banner proclaiming Las Malvinas son Argentinas. The Falkland Islands are a British overseas territory, and the display was immediately condemned as a political provocation. Downing Street called for an investigation into the incident. FIFA prohibits players and teams from making political statements, meaning fines or suspensions could be issued. The AFA was previously fined £20,000 in 2014 after Argentina players held up a banner with the same message. The comparison to UEFA's action against Spain's Rodri and Alvaro Morata is striking. In 2024, the two players were banned for one match after chanting Gibraltar is Spanish during Euro 2024 victory celebrations. Gibraltar is also a British overseas territory, and the Gibraltar Football Association filed a complaint. The political controversy has only added fuel to the fire of Argentina's disgrace. Millions of fans are demanding that FIFA takes strong action. The world is watching. The fallout from Argentina's disgrace is only beginning. FIFA's investigation is expected to take several weeks, but the consequences could be severe. Players found guilty of violent conduct face suspensions of at least 3 matches under FIFA's Disciplinary Code. Misconduct relating to assault, including elbowing, punching, kicking, biting, spitting at, or hitting an opponent will result in a suspension of at least 3 matches or an appropriate period of time. The AFA could also face fines and other sanctions. FIFA's code states that if a national team conducts itself improperly, for example, if individual disciplinary sanctions are imposed by the referee on 5 or more players during a match, disciplinary measures may also be taken against the association concerned. The political banner incident could also lead to suspensions for the players involved. FIFA is currently assessing the match reports and considering the relevant circumstances before deciding on potential further steps. The football world is divided. Some believe that Argentina's behavior deserves severe punishment. Others argue that the heat of the moment should be taken into account. But regardless of where you stand, one thing is clear. Argentina's disgrace has changed the conversation about the 2026 World Cup forever. So here we are. FIFA's decision has ignited millions of furious fans. The world is watching, and the consequences could be devastating for Argentina. Argentina's disgrace at the 2026 World Cup final has sent shockwaves through the football world. The ugly post-match brawl, the political banner controversy, and the furious fan reaction have turned what should have been Spain's moment of glory into Argentina's moment of shame. FIFA's disciplinary investigation could lead to suspensions, fines, and a lasting stain on Argentina's reputation. The football world is divided. Some believe that Argentina's behavior deserves severe punishment. Others argue that the heat of the moment should be taken into account. But regardless of where you stand, one thing is clear. Argentina's disgrace has changed the conversation about the 2026 World Cup forever. As the debate continues to rage, the question remains, will FIFA take strong action? Or will Argentina escape with a slap on the wrist? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, millions of furious fans are watching. What do you think? Should FIFA ban Argentina's players? Or is the punishment already too harsh? Let us know in the comments below.